Dye-Lishus cotton loves colored water. You can color your water with natural dyes, and the cotton will accept it readily without the need of any mordant. So today I'm going to dye some yarn. You may know that I'm a spinner, weaver, and dyer primarily of cotton. And when I weave, I usually dye my fabric. But sometimes I dye yarn. And so I've got 4 skeins here. They're 50 grams each. And I'm going to dye 2 of them. And this is the Saxon blue. And it's at under 1% of the weight of the fiber. And it's really pretty strong. You can see already how well the color takes. But I'm going to do an over dye. I'm going to do 1 in blue, or 2 in blue. I'm going to do 1 in yellow. And then I'm going to over dye one of the blue ones in the yellow. The yellow is Osage orange. And even though the name says orange, it's a really pretty yellow. So, and then I'm going to do one that has both colors, actually all 3 colors, the blue, the yellow, and the green. So this is hot water, but it's not so hot that I can't put my fingers in it. And I'll let them soak for a minute. I've got rinse buckets over here. And then I'm just going to take like 2/3 of this. I'm kind of winging it here if I can find the where it's folded. Okay, so I'm going to take maybe, that looked like 2/3. I'm going to take 2/3 of it and I'm going to dip that in the blue. And there may be a little bit of wicking going on here. And I could have tied it off, but you know, squeeze a little bit. And it doesn't take very long in the hot water. So I'm going to put this other skein on top of it. You can see the color already. It's pretty dark relative to this one anyway. Okay, so let's look at our yellow here. And I pronounce it gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out. And put it in my rinse bucket. And I don't know if you can see the rinse bucket here, but the color, there's hardly any color at all. I mean, I can't see any color coming out of it at all. So let's see then. Let's go ahead and compare these two here. This one must be the one I put in first. Oh, but wait, we missed a spot here, so let's let it soak for a little bit longer. Get it under the juice there. So you can see this is wicking up, so that'll give a really interesting effect to it. So the Osage orange, I made it up a long time ago and I don't remember the concentration. So it's much, much more than the fiber needs though. I'm going to go ahead and take one of these out. And already you can see the bottom of the bowl here, so you know that it's picked up a lot, but not everything. And if I left it in overnight, it might take all of the dye. It might exhaust the dye bath. Okay, so what I wanted to do with this, and I've got my tie is too tight here, but I'm just going to go ahead anyway. so this one's going to be my green. And I don't believe I need to leave it very long at all. So the cotton dyes much lighter than, I mean, it looks much darker when it's wet. So it will dry much lighter than this. So let's just go ahead and take it out. So here's my yellow. Here's my green. And let's go ahead and take the blue. And there isn't any color coming out of it. So now I'm doing this pretty fast, but you can leave it in overnight if you want. Certainly doesn't harm it. Alright, so now we're going to put 2/3 in here, and we're going to have yellow and green in the middle. Okay, so I can see a little tiny bit of color in here. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you will know that with the bath, with the leftover bath, I will put in some sliver to exhaust the bath. And I'll do it with the rinse as well if there's color in the rinse. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this. I'm going to let this soak a little bit longer. My green isn't green enough. So I'll let that soak, and I'll go pick up some sliver. Okay, so I have some 2-yard sections here that I'll just put in the bath. And I'll wait until I take the yarn out before I put fiber in there. I don't want extra fiber sticking to my yarn. So that can sit for a long time. And maybe it'll pick it all up and maybe not. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. The green is nice. A little bit of green. I could have done more blue, I suppose, but that's good. So I'll go ahead and squeeze that out, put it in the rinse bucket, and I can start to see a little bit of color in this rinse bucket. So rinsing these then. My green, because I didn't have it in as long, my green is going to be a slightly different green than what's in the solid yarn. Okay, so I've got 4 of these 2-yard sections. I'm going to put one of them in the rinse, see if I get anything out of it. Probably pale, pale yellow. And I'm going to put one of them in the yellow, even though I know this will not exhaust. And I'm going to save one for later to see how much the sliver in here picks up the color, and if there's still color in that bucket, I will put the 4th one in there. Okay, so that's it then. We've got 4 skeins of yarn. They're about 230 yards each, so I'll figure out, I'll probably use them as warp, and so I'll figure out what kind of a design I want to do
I hope you enjoyed that.